There is a clear difference between trying to get information about a vaccine, perhaps being hesitant about it and wanting more information, and outlandish and dangerous conspiracy theories. Now, the head of WHO Europe is warning about anti-vaccine misinformation. Here's what he said. He said that I urge you to seek reliable information from trustworthy sources. Don't be a part of the misinformation infodemic. He says vaccination saves lives. Fear endangers them. Facebook and other platforms have been coming under increasing pressure to do more to tackle anti-vaccine misinformation, and now Facebook says it's taking a tougher stance. They said that they are going to be rolling out in the coming weeks, taking down any sort of anti-vaccine misinformation that has been debunked by health experts. They said that this is a way of applying their policy to take down content that could cause an imminent threat to harm. Well, to discuss this more, I'm joined by the managing editor for Europe for NewsGuard. They look at misinformation. Thank you so much for joining us on the programme.
Thanks for having me.
So, you look at misinformation on a wide spectrum of things, but when it comes to anti-vaccine misinformation, do you think Europe is ready?
Well, I think it's less a question of whether Europe is ready, but really whether tech platforms are ready. And unfortunately, we've seen in the past few months that they were not. We've published a few reports on super spreaders of misinformation on Facebook, on Twitter, and we've shown that a lot of hoaxes were allowed to circulate on these platforms. It's good that Facebook is talking about it right now, but until now, they've proven that they were not ready to tackle this problem.
When it comes to conspiracy theories, it's not just anti-vaccine conspiracy theories. It can be QAnon, the unfounded claim that there's a deep state pedophile ring, and that has been really growing in Europe too. You've done research on that. Why do you think these conspiracy theories that often intertwine, COVID-19 conspiracy theories, vaccine conspiracy theories, QAnon, why are they gaining ground in Europe? Why have they struck a chord?
They've struck a chord at a moment where there's so much uncertainty, so much anxiety every day about the pandemic, about masks, now about the vaccine. And of course, at the heart of QAnon narratives is the idea that we're being lied to, that there's a big Machiavellic plan to impose a new world order and a mass vaccination. And at a time when people are worried, are not really trusting their institutions, are defiant of these, it just, those narratives just work and struck a chord.
Thank you so much for explaining all of that. The managing editor of NewsGuard, who's been looking at NewsGuard Europe, and she's been looking at all of these misinformation trends throughout the year. Anti-vaccine, it's not new, but certainly when there's all this talk of vaccines, people are urging others to be sceptical when you're online.